Welcome to the Movou Digital Marketing Podcast.
What is going on, everybody? It's Chris Leo with Movou Digital Marketing, and today we want to talk a little bit about email marketing, and specifically for you home services companies. Now, before we get into it, I want to remind everybody, we do these videos because we love the support that we get from everybody, so definitely like this video, subscribe to our channel. If you have any friends that own home services companies or even any other small businesses and they're having problems generating more revenue and driving more traffic and business to their companies, definitely share this video with them as well. We want to help everyone solve this digital marketing puzzle. It's not as hard as it looks. So all right, so let's get into it. So everybody knows that referral business is always the best business, right? You do a great job for your customers, and then they refer you to their friends and family, and you can slowly build your business. That's definitely one great way of growing a business, but it's not the only way. Historically, people use email marketing to nurture leads that maybe come into their website and request some info, but don't necessarily maybe book that appointment for that gutter cleaning or that plumbing service right away or AC service, what have you. And they use it to show their expertise and demonstrate that they're a thought leader in the space. And then when that person's ready to hire someone, your company's fresh in their mind, so they're going to pick up the phone and call you. The truth, though, is that you can unlock extra revenue opportunities in your business if you properly harness email and use it with your existing client base. So why then use email marketing to market to your existing client base? The truth is you can use it to actually interact regularly with people that already know your business, know what you do, and they like you. They've had you out to their house before to work on it. What you can do is you can actually use email as a vehicle to educate them about other things that you do. You can use email, for instance, to drive them to your blog. Maybe you've got an article about, let's say, pressure washing, and maybe some of your clients don't know that you do pressure washing, so you can break down exactly how professional pressure washers should work. And what it does is it establishes that thought leadership. So they're going to get these emails and they're going to start learning every email about different services that you offer, and then they're going to call you for those things as well. So, maybe instead of scheduling a once-a-year gutter cleaning, now they'll think, oh, hey, it's springtime. I've got to get my driveway and decks pressure washed just to keep up the investment in my home. Oh, those guys sent me an email about that the other day. I should call them. And so that's how it works. So if we can all agree that we need to use email marketing as a way to boost revenue with our existing client base, then let's talk about some best practices and how to do it. The very first thing that you want to always do before you start any marketing project, and this is the same with email marketing, is you first need to define your goals. So what is it you want to do with these campaigns? Do you want to drive more traffic to your website? Maybe you've got lots of content on there that really you've been working hard on to establish you guys as the thought leaders in whatever home services vertical you're working in. That's a great goal. So you would craft your email campaigns around that. Maybe, though, you just want to introduce new services or just stay top of mind. And so perhaps one great way is to offer occasional discounts. So you can use your emails then to offer a discount, maybe for some ancillary service that they haven't used you for in the past, but it makes sense based on prior purchase behavior. So whatever your purposes are, you want to define what that goal is up front, and that's how we're going to build out whatever the marketing strategy is going to be. Now, the next step is equally as important as defining your goals for your email campaign. And really what it comes down to is you need to segment your audience. What I mean by segmenting it is putting people in different buckets. So one pro tip here is if you are just going to send out an email blast to your entire database and everybody gets the same email, I hate to tell you, you've basically failed right out of the gate on your email campaign. And there's a reason for this, because not everybody that you do business with has the same needs and interests. Most people, when they start any sort of marketing campaign, they'll build out what we call avatars or client personas. And basically, those are just fancy words that marketing nerds use. And what it means is making a semi-fictional story about who your ideal customer is and looking at what their goals, wants, needs, challenges they're facing, what all these things are. And that's how you then craft messaging that will be most pertinent and useful to them and value added. So because you have different types of people calling you for different services, you can't just blanket email everybody. Also, sometimes it could even hurt you. So imagine you have a segment of your database that are brand new customers that just signed up for some sort of service. Let's say you're a window washing company. And then you send an email blast out to everybody saying, hey, get your spring window washing appointment booked now. But they've just booked an appointment with you. It's going to make you guys look a little silly. Like, maybe you don't have it all together and you don't know what's going on. So what you would want to do in that case is you would segment those people into a different group. And the people that perhaps just signed up as first-time customers and haven't had their appointments yet, you could send them a different message. Maybe something like, we're really looking forward to coming out and doing your spring window washing. Hey, by the way, did you know many people that use us for window washing also add this service while we're out there? If you'd like to do that, reply to this email and we'll get you hooked up. Most of the ways that home services companies will segment their databases, it's things like you'll want to look for like what their past purchases were, what location the people live in, when their last purchase or service date was, perhaps the age of your customer, how often they engage with your emails. That's a really interesting one. Sometimes we have clients that we work with that will do special offers for highly engaged customers. So if they're replying to emails a lot or clicking on links or signing up for things that come through the email or visiting the blogs, we track all of that. And so then we have basically like a little mini ambassadors club for that company where we give special offers and engagements to the people that are most actively engaging with the company. You could also look at, where somebody is in your sales funnel. So again, back to my example, if it's a brand new client that just signed up for an appointment but hasn't had that yet, you might be sending them different messages than say somebody that's inquired in the past about something and maybe received a quote but hasn't acted on it. So those things are all important, and the more defined you can make the segmentation in your database, the smarter you can market. And the smarter you market, you're going to be sending more pertinent messages, and that's going to drive the revenue that's going to help you grow your home services company. Okay, so we've defined our purpose and we've also segmented our audience. So now it's time to get to work. One of the most important things you have to remember when you craft the email messages that are going to be going out to the different segments of your database is they have to be useful and they have to be deemed valuable by your customer base. If you send something that isn't deemed useful, valuable, or timely, let's say, what's going to happen is they're going to unsubscribe from your emails. So you worked real hard to get that contact. You dazzled them with fantastic services. They gave you a 5-star review on Google My Business or Yelp. They hyped you on Nextdoor, and now you blew it because they don't want to talk to you anymore. It's not to say that they're not going to use your services anymore, but you've just handicapped yourself. You can't offer them new things because they've said, I don't want to be receiving these messages anymore. And at the end of the day, you want to be a good citizen, and if they've asked to be removed from the emails, you have to honor that. So what you want to do is, above anything else, you want to make sure that what you're sending them is pertinent, useful, and valuable. For instance, going back to window washing companies, let's say you have one segment of your database that recently got windows washed, and so maybe some valuable content to them would be tips of things that they can do themselves to help their windows stay cleaner longer, so that, in between the times that you're coming out and cleaning them, so that way they always look beautiful. You can also provide information on other services and ask them maybe if they would like more information on that. So for instance, tagging along with this window washing idea that we've been talking about, maybe you could send an email to people that you've washed windows for saying, hey, did you know we also do gutters? One thing that we find is once we clean the gutters, people love nice clean windows. We've cleaned your windows. Why don't we try the gutters also? So you can layer things on and ask them questions because you want to drive engagement. Again, you're going to find those people that are interested, and you're using email to laser focus on who you need to talk to, who your sales team needs to give quotes for, and then hopefully generating more appointments and expanding your business. Another great thing that you can use email for is to find out really specifically how people want to be contacted. Email is a great way to contact people, but there's so many other ways these days, right? So you could, for instance, send them Facebook Messenger. You could send them SMS messages. You could send them direct mail. So engage with your customers, and what you'll find is because you're asking them like, hey, we want to be valuable to you, and we only want to communicate with you where you're comfortable communicating with us. Where's the best place? They're instantly going to be more engaged with any message you send going forward because you've taken the time to really learn what their needs are, and you're catering to them in the way that they feel most comfortable. So now you've got your emails built. You know that they're segmented. They follow the original purpose of your overall email campaign strategy, and you've put interesting and timely information in them that's going to be deemed valuable by your client base. So now the question becomes, when do you send it? There's all kinds of theories on this. I think it even splits to whether you're doing consumer-based business or possibly commercial business. With commercial, Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning statistically tends to be the best times. We've been testing a lot of residential use cases, and we've seen, sometimes even Saturday morning works really well. So the thing that I want to tell you, the little pro tip here is there really is no right time. The right time to send the email is when your analytics says it is. And so what I mean by that is whatever email platform you're using, it has to have statistics built into it. And so things that you're going to want to track is, was the email opened? How many times was it opened? What was the unsubscribe rate? What was the bounce rate? So you could clean your database. A bounce basically would be like, the server was temporarily down, or maybe it was like a return to sender because the email account doesn't exist anymore, things like that. You want to get those out of your database so your email credibility score with the data centers remains high. Other things that you definitely need to look at are, of course, conversions. So if you're offering like some sort of coupon and all they have to do is click a button and put in their like name and email address to receive it, you want to see, those numbers. You also want to look really granularly down to even link clicks. We track links for our customers' email campaigns with everything. So even if it's clicking on an email signature's email address or particular buttons, we've tricked it out even to where we're lead scoring. So different clicks are worth different points, and if a particular recipient scores enough points, an alert goes right to the company's sales team so they can actually be proactive and reach out and check in with them, see how they're doing, and that inevitably leads to conversations about booking more jobs. So data is your friend. I know it's a lot of people look at it and they're like, oh, data's nerdy. I'm not a computer engineer. But the truth is without good data, you're kind of flying blind, and it makes achieving your objectives harder. You put all this time planning and defining your goals and segmenting your audience. So carry it over the finish line and do that last little piece and really get comfortable with reading the analytics and coming up with unique ways how to translate it, and then the next actions and things that you should do once you have that data. So that's it, guys. That's our kind of 2,000-foot view on why email marketing is important and how you can leverage it to grow your home services company. There is, of course, a lot more to this, and a lot of companies find that they have questions and they're not sure, or maybe they just don't want to handle it themselves. And we're here for any questions that you have. If you want to bounce ideas off of us, let us know. You can comment in this video. You can go to our website and request a consultation. You can call us. Whatever you need, we're here to help you. So get after it, guys. Start segmenting those databases and make it a great day. Hey, guys. please take a minute to subscribe to our podcast and our blog, smash that like button, and give us some feedback in the comments. Your input means the world to me.